Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome back to my YouTube channel today where I do DIYs, wood signs, and thrift flips. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my tips and tricks that I use when I am stenciling on my wood signs. And hopefully you'll be inspired or get some new ideas, but I do want to make sure you guys know there's more than one way to skin a cat. So if there's a tip or trick that you use that's different and it works for you, that's awesome. This is what works for me and I wanted to share it with you guys, so I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start off with the basic sign that we have painted white. We've painted a white background. After I've let it dry, I'm going to sand it really good with just one of those little Dollar Tree sanding blocks and just kind of make sure that it's clean and everything is rubbed off there. I have done a video where I've showed all of the supplies that I use for making paint or for making signs, so I'll share that with you guys. I prefer to use Oramask 813 vinyl. I will link that down below too as well. You can get it in 12 by 12 sheets or you can get it in a roll if you want to just try it out and see for yourself what you think. Now, I also have used shelf liner, and that works perfectly fine too. It is a less expensive option if you're looking to get into it and you want to try it out. The only thing I recommend is don't get anything that's clear. Get something that has a really dark pattern or you won't be able to see it on your sign and you will be very frustrated. But if you are wanting to get into the actual sign making, I do recommend Oramask 813 vinyl. So I've just peeled the white background off and then I'm going to lay this design on here. How cute are these little reindeer? Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. And I am taking way more time than I normally do to line things up. So before I pull the transfer tape off, I'm going to just kind of burnish it down. All of the supplies that I use are linked in the description below, and I will put a link to my sign making basics video so that if you guys want to know like why am I using this, what am I using, how do I use it, I've got that in other videos. Today we're just kind of talking about stenciling the videos and how to get a good seal and not get bleeding when you're stenciling. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And I didn't realize that I left this much footage of me pulling the transfer tape off. But I think I did that on purpose because I knew that I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to share with you guys today. So we're going to get this off. And because the background is painted white, I am just going to go back over it with the same background paint color that I used before. I don't even know right now off the top of my head, but it is a paint and primer that I get at the local hardware store, and that's what I use for base coating all of my signs white. I use this foam roller brush that I keep in that Ziploc bag so that I don't have to get a new one every time. And then I'm just going to go over this and kind of give it a good coverage. You don't have to do a lot because you also don't want there to be a lot of extra texture either, but just kind of give it a good coverage and make sure all of the pieces are covered good. And what that is going to do is create a seal. I'm using this upside down bottle of Folk Art red paint, and I'm going to be using a makeup sponge for this part of it. Now, here's where technique and practice is going to come in. Even though we have sealed it, if you are giving too much paint and too much pressure, you may still have bleeding. I am going to show you guys right here on this little piece. I'm really just going to push it down hard and I'm going to show you when I peel things up how it comes out. Sealing it makes all the difference in the world, but you also have to go in with less paint and less pressure if you want to have a good coverage. So now I'm going to peel all of that excess off, and you can kind of see it really didn't bleed all that well, but that's not guaranteed every single time, just so you guys know. So I'm cleaning some up, and then I am going to go through and take off all of those extra little pieces that didn't come off the first time, but you guys can kind of see how nice and crisp those lines are. Beautiful. This sign turns out to be so amazing and I love it. So like I said, I'm going to go and take all the noses and the extra pieces off. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys What do you do if you've stained the background? Well, I stained the background of this sign and did the exact same thing, cut my design out on Oramask stencil vinyl, and I'm going to layer this on here. And because I've stained the background, if you want to get the best and crispest edges, crispest, is that even a word? Crispest, crisp? Anyway, if you want to get the best crisp edges, what I have found that works the best is Mod Podge. A lot of people don't like that, but I really don't mind it. If you become a little bit more advanced or experienced, maybe experience would be the word, maybe you don't even need the Mod Podge, but I did want to do the Mod Podge today just to kind of show you guys. So I'm just taking some Mod Podge. You can get this Mod Podge at the dollar store. You just want to make sure that all of your edges are sealed. I am going over that whole little area there just because I don't want there to be any weird like ridges or anything. And unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but my footage of me painting this did not get saved, or maybe I didn't even press record. I don't know. So I just put the Mod Podge on and then I let it dry. You can see that it looks pretty wet, but it will dry clear and you won't be able to see any of that. And then again, I just went through with the makeup sponge, and again, very, very light pressure. You're going to want to make sure you do light pressure, the same here. Now, this is going to take you more time and effort, but you guys, it's going to pay off in the end because you're not going to have to do a whole bunch of touch-ups to it. And look at that. I absolutely love this sign. Oh, I am selling it, but I think I want to keep it for myself because that pumpkin leopard print, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So the white part, I did actually just use a paintbrush. I didn't go through there with a makeup sponge because that would take forever. I'm going to use these silly little Dollar Tree weeding tools. I have to say, I shared on TikTok that they are not as great as, I mean, some people liked them, but for me, the little metal part kept coming through. I just thought, well, I told you guys about them in a haul. I'm going to show you guys in a video. They're not all that they're cracked up to be. So I'm going to keep them around in case I can't find my good weeding tools, but just a FYI, just a FYI. So I'm going to finish weeding out the little words that I have on here, and then I will add a bow and a hanger, and this sign will be ready to go. It's actually was sold in my live sale this week, so it's gone. It's gone. She gone. I am this weird in real life, you guys. Sorry. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I want to talk to you guys also about using reusable stencils. So this is a reusable stencil that I cut from Mylar on my Cricut machine. It would work on your silhouette as well. And if you are making a lot of signs, it can come in very handy. But again, you're going to have to, I feel like maybe this needs to have like some experience, practice and experience. I'm just using regular acrylic paint, and I am going to start off with a makeup sponge. Now look it, I am taking all of that paint off. I'm getting it all off of there, and I am using very little paint, and you guys, very, very little pressure. This is going to take you much longer, and it is a pain in the butt. So I prefer to use stencil brushes if I am using Mylar. Just a FYI, I know a lot of people say to use makeup sponges, but I prefer to use a stencil brush, and I just kind of go in a small circular motion, and you can see that I'm just picking up the paint that was left over on that other piece. I still have a little bit of bleeding. It depends on your stencil. Here you can see I used a makeup brush or makeup sponge, and look at all that bleeding, even though with little pressure. But the sign turns out so stinking cute, and I'm so excited to get these. Will be in my shop for Christmas. This one, if you guys want one, let me know and I'll make some more, but I'm so excited with how they turned out. I hope that you found these tips and tricks helpful, and if so, make sure that you guys are following me both here on YouTube as well as over on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, where I share all kinds of fun stuff as well. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope that you enjoyed today's video and you look forward to more fun videos from me in the future. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much for watching.